Good evening,
Bro, dipshit.
See, it took me like 3 seconds for it even to show up. Good evening, everyone. This is the Geek-Posium. My name is Darren Silvers, owner-operator of HentaiCake.com, and I have spent the last 5 minutes of our pre-show getting pictures from my dress-up darling of jiggling boobs.
I'm Shep, winning the war in pants,
And Shep, I was right. My dress-up darling will be the hit Arrow Gay of the year because this is funny as hell. Everyone, this is a very wholesome show, and I go, this is a horny show. This is a horny show. You don't even know.
so horny.
I'm like, this is like, how
My
should I put this?
question is it out hornying?
World's in harem? No, nothing will actually out horny that. But that's full on borderline smut. This like that's one of the things being added to my censorship panel.
Oh boy.
Like yeah, you know the one where we talked about the interspecies sexual thing. That was funny. So now I've got this one, but my dress up darling is turning out to be the most PG-13 Arrow Dojin I've ever seen.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, this is this is pretty horny. This is out hornying most things. If there were more girls involved, I would be like, wow, this is more horny than High School DxD.
That's a high bar.
Well, it's
That's
because
a really high bar.
It's because all of the angles and the shots and everything are very horny, but like the guy himself is like, girl, and I go, dude, and she keeps dropping like flirty hints. I go, dude.
He's got shown. You're saying that he's got shonen protagonist syndrome.
It's like Tenchi Muyo all over again. All right, now that I'm done,
I can't watch Tenchi Muyo because I'm just like, what are you doing, you ass? Are you fucking? Are you? I can't use the words I use.
All right, let's start our actual thing. You didn't share your screen, by the way.
That might be because I've been drinking.
Yes, you law students and you're drinking.
Anyways, goes room. So crypto news. JJ Yaley is going to attempt to qualify in the Daytona 500 with sponsorship from Hex Cryptocurrency.
Now, for most people who don't understand what this means, this is more legitimization of crypto as a viable option for things. As one, I think it's a kind of form of having a stock without actually having a stock at this point. That's how I generally explain it to people, because people go, why do you have this coin? I go, well, I bought this coin because this coin is used as a currency in this game. I bought this crypto because this crypto is used to go and help fund this company that does these things. And people are like, well, what's Bitcoin and Ethereum? Those are the networks that all these coins exist on.
Yeah, they're networks and they're separate coins that are used.
Yeah. So I try explaining that to people.
Speaking of, you bought the dip yet?
I bought the dip.
Did you buy the dip? The dip?
I bought the third dip. Like I was sitting like first dip. No, not yet. Second dip. I'll buy a little now. Third dip. Buy. Because after the third dip, the big push happens. Like every single time. Excuse me. I have something in my throat.
But the problem is the entire economy is about to dump.
It's a good time to buy assets.
Point.
Like people are like, oh, well, the economy's going to go to shit. Yeah, it will. Good time to buy assets.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, from the NASCAR side, JJ Yaley's journeyman. He was in the 18 after Bobby Labonte retired or moved on from the 18. But after a couple of years, he was quickly replaced by Kyle Busch. And he bounced around to teams after that. He's a decent driver, but he's not. He wasn't ever a top level driver.
Gotcha.
Even though he was in top level equipment, but people watch out of JGR and Hendrick all the time. So,
I mean, driving is an experience. Sometimes you need to pick up and learn from where you go. Some people have a natural knack for it. Some people take years before they actually get good at it.
And sometimes you're just plain unlucky.
I'd rather be lucky than good. As I've never been lucky, I've been forced to be good.
NASCAR is one of those, not just NASCAR, racing is one of those sports where you can be the best ever and never win a race. And NASCAR in particular is a race where you can win a race by sheer goddamn accident. There's people who have been in who have won the race from 11th place because on the not just on the last lap, but on the last turn, all 10 cars of them in front of them have wrecked out.
That's funny. All right, okay.
Racing gods just say, "It's your turn, buddy."
It's your turn. All right, so what's next on the news?
Sliding into power sliding into anime news.
Yeah, the drifting, if you will.
Car maker Acura releases Type S Chiaki's Journey shorts.
So these are available on YouTube for free. If you guys don't have a chance, check them out. I will probably add them in the description later on today when I actually have a chance to. Whenever the hell this thing publishes, actually, because all of our things seem to take a longer progressively to go and publish. And I'm like, I believe you asked me last week where we struck. I go, not that I'm aware of. We have 0 strikes.
And it took you to the next day.
The longest I've ever seen whenever things take was like an entire week. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. And then there was that 1 week where everything was just deleted. And I went, oh, it's gone. Oh. They didn't strike us. They just went, no. So this is, I mean, they're nice overall shorts. This isn't the first time a car maker has made anime shorts for their vehicles. And again, this is one of those, if you like Initial D, if you like car racing style anime, check them out. These are, I think, really well done.
I'm pretty convinced right now that Toyota is funding MF Ghost. Because every ad I see for the GR86 right now is MF Ghost or Initial D. Every car ad is just, here's a manga page featuring the 86. It's like, I like Hachiroku's. I like anime. Stop ramming this down my throat, Toyota. He kept cars out of my video games for 5 years. He said, "Oh, people like to sim race. They don't actually want to race in real life." It's like, fuck you! I want to do both.
I want to do both.
I can't afford yet, but I will someday. You piece of shit.
That is just
goddamn Chevy pickup last time.
All right, what's next? What's next?
Next is an article from HentaiKick.com. That's a review of Sing a Bit of Harmony.
This is the one where you asked me if we should do something about like the normal stuff, or should we talk about the fact that it's essentially Alex Jones with a Moe Moe Kyun?
No.
That is what I read, but I was also half asleep. I was like, you asked me this or this, and I went, can we do both?
What I asked was, should I do a normal review, or should I go full Alex Jones with this review? And you said yes.
That's what I heard. Do we want to do this or Alex Jones Moe Moe Cute?
And yes.
So give me your elevator pitch for how was
on the surface level, perfectly acceptable, perfectly average, but perfectly acceptable and entertaining anime with music.
Okay, so your average K-On.
Yes, less music than K-On.
Wow.
Or about the same amount of music as K-On.
Okay.
It features a robot girl named Shion, who's part of a test. It's pretty much in real life. in real life, whatchamacallit test. Why am I blanking on this? Test to tell if something's an AI. Turing test.
Okay.
Of course, she's discovered, but she inserts herself into the main character's life as this manic pixie dream android. So
listen,
it's not blow your socks off good. It's just good. Part of that might be because I saw Belle the week before I saw this.
Well, Belle was much better musically.
Yeah, well, Belle was a 5 out of 5 all the way around.
The way
I put it was like Top Gun and Iron Eagle.
But Iron Eagle's better.
Fuck you.
I will always argue that.
Is a legend. Top Gun is a classic. Iron Eagle is actually pretty decent.
The problem is
they prefer Iron Eagle, but Top Gun is the classic.
Here's my problem with Top Gun. Top Gun 2.
Top Gun 2 hasn't come out yet.
Exactly. But everything I've seen, I hate. All of it. It shouldn't exist. Okay, Tom Cruise is old. Let him die. Let him die. Kill him in the first scene.
Tom Cruise somehow still fucking has it. I don't know how. Maybe there is something to all that Scientology bullshit.
All I'm saying is, how many of those what the heck is his spy thing where he's always hanging off of stuff?
Mission Impossible?
How many of those are there? There's like 9 of those?
And he still does most of his stunts in those, even though he's like 70.
Needs to die. I'm not saying he needs to go out like Alex Baldwin. I'm just saying he needs to go. Kill off his character. Do something else. Be a producer. Stay home.
He is a producer.
I don't know if he is.
And he's a director, but he mostly does all. He's the last action hero.
No. Nicolas Cage is the last action hero.
Well, strictly speaking, Stallone is Schwarzenegger is last action hero, but
okay, let's get this right. Okay, let's be honest about this. None of us want to say this. The fat guy who is a CIA plant is the last action hero. What's his name? The Aikido master he's always playing the squinty-eyed guy like this. It's not Stallone. It's whatever. Seagal. Steven Seagal. Seagal. And it's like, who is your latest porn star of the week who's playing your love interest?
Anyways.
Next.
Jujutsu Kaisen 0 comes to North American theaters on March 18th. Will I be home or will I be? I need to figure out where. I need to buy tickets to this, but I need to figure out where I'll be for this.
You will be at. I think that's the week before Zenkai Con.
If it's the week, I need to figure it out. When I'm gonna be, where I'm gonna be, whether or not I'm in fucking finals. Not finals, midterms week.
Got you, because it is literally the week before Zenkai Con. That's all I know about that. So I don't. March is gonna be a busy month for me. I'm looking for a new place. I hopefully will be moving by March. If not, April will be the latest I'll be moving. And in either case, my entire life will be confusing and annoying.
Hopefully, I'll be debt-free by then and have expendable income. Otherwise, Zenkai Con is going to be awkward.
Who's coming with you for Zenkai Con?
I have no idea.
All right, yeah.
Probably going to be a solo thing.
Again?
I might be sleeping in my truck.
If you need a place to shower, I have a room.
I might be sleeping in my truck.
I don't know about my hotel situation. One of the other members has it, and I don't know who else is in the room. So
if you need a room, I have a room booked.
We have a room.
I might be sleeping in my truck. because I might have to give up that room. Law school's expensive, yo.
Yeah, I understand. All right, moving on.
More anime news, but also VTuber news. Holo Stars launches their first 3D anime on Friday.
What does that mean? 3D anime?
It's anime, but it's using their 3D models.
So, literally, a Hololive group has their own anime now.
Hololive has had their own anime.
My head hurts. My head hurts. No. The whole point of this was to get away from the corporations, not become sponsored by them, and then end up under their whim.
So there's there's an anime where there's an anime based on a manga that's like everyone's gimmick is real.
Mm-hmm.
Then there is Holograffiti, which is a bunch of 5-minute sketches that come out once a week. That is like them around the office.
Okay.
And now Holo Stars are getting their own thing. Holo Stars are separate, but like Holo Stars are technically a separate thing from Hololive, but they're owned by Holo Stars is owned by Hololive.
My head
hurts. Try to keep them separate though, because Pure Idols and Yagu's Dream and all that.
My head hurts. Moving on.
It's complicated.
Yeah, let's just say okay, Hololive is doing another anime. Congrats on them. I don't get it. Sure, whatever. I'm very anti-corporate. So I go, okay, Hololive. Like I can deal with a company owning a bunch of characters, but as long as those characters have their own personality, I don't care that much. It's like when Dragon Girl went, no, F China. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, they're generally allowed to do that.
Like as long as they have general freedom, I'm generally okay. But then stuff like this comes out, and I go, "Ooh, we're reaching that line where I go corporation bad." My inner libertarian goes corporation bad.
Well, they've had anime for a while, so this is just a new anime.
All right, moving on.
Golden Reel Awards nominates the Vision short The Duel for an award.
I mean, the Star Wars The Duel was the best out of all those shorts and at least to me.
It was the best and it was excellent.
It had some of the best angles. The artwork was beautiful. The animation was amazing, and I don't know how much of it had computer help, but it felt like one of those old style action scenes from like the 80s animes that were over the top and really expensive to draw.
What it was a lot of it was shot for shot remakes of either Yojimbo or Seven Samurai or A Fistful of Dollars,
which is all I need from an anime.
Yeah, if you're doing anime or Star Wars or both, and you're either ripping off spaghetti westerns, or you're ripping off Kurosawa. You're ripping off Kurosawa, ripping off spaghetti westerns, or spaghetti westerns ripping off Kurosawa. You're in a good spot.
See,
it's going to be pretty good.
I just want to make a cowboys versus ninjas versus aliens movie. I'm pretty sure there was one already made, but it was terrible because there was very little cowboy involved.
I know. Actually, the introduction of samurai to American audiences was they just put a samurai character in a spaghetti western. Because they're just like, oh, we're ripping off a Kurosawa film, but we don't really have a good replacement for this character.
Let's just put him in. Just put him in. Fuck it.
Just put him in. It wasn't a good film, but I remember like being up at like 3 a.m. and just like, wait, like Western, what the fuck, samurai? What?
All right, let's move on. Let's move on.
We're moving into video game news now, but we're still kind of in the anime sphere. Dark visual novel classic Full Metal Daemon Muramasa banned from Steam.
Now this upsets me. This is a classic dark visual novel. This is one of the first ones
I can't scroll down too far because they feature lewd or adult content.
Well, that's what do you old style visual novels were mostly lewd and adult content. There weren't a lot of clean ones. When was this made? In the 90s? I want to say 90s. You know, whatever. I'll deal with it later. But it's one of the older ones. It's a classic. It's literally a classic. It's right up there with I'm gonna say the visual novels I remember from way back in the day. Bible Black and La Blue Girl such.
I don't think La Blue Girl was a visual novel. I think it was just straight up hentai animation.
I'm pretty sure I played a La Blue Girl game at some point in time.
You probably did one, but it was originally a manga and then an anime.
I don't remember. I just remember the ridiculous English voice acting.
I remember that.
That's all I remember from La Blue Girl, and I go, wow. Imagine your voice being immortalized by this. Oh no! Oh no! Please no! Oh no! I go, oh wow! This is terrible. This is awful. Okay. So, I mean, I'm very upset by this. I don't like the fact that Steam would ban anything. Steam has a right to do this. That is their overall choice. If you are looking for this, I don't know where to get it off the top of my head. I would have to do some more research. But I know
have it on their website.
Who does?
JASD USA.
There you go. JASD USA. We'll have this. We'll write it in the description notes later. We'll find it for you out there who are trying to go in and get a hold of things.
Because that'll break YouTube.
Will it?
Yes.
Will it?
Yes.
God damn it! Why?
Because it's porn, or it's a company that sells porn.
This is why I never put. Well, I can put my description to everything. They don't care about me.
We're too small right now.
It's fine.
They'll say, "Oh, JAST. Oh, they sell porn."
We'll do it on Rumble.
We're on Rumble now.
We will have Rumble this week.
Cool.
I'm slowly working towards that, as well as uploading everything to Spotify while I have a chance.
We're talking about Spotify here at the end.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is me laughing mostly at Neil Young, but I'm not gonna lie. I originally saw that on Breitbart. I'm like, there's got to be a better article than this. We'll use this one because if we use Breitbart, I'm gonna flag every fucking thing on YouTube.
Yeah. It'll see that orange B&B verboten COVID misinformation. We're not even talking about COVID or vaccines or anything.
My favorite was several. Anyway, moving on.
Maggie Sphere, Magical Girl Can Girls launches in 2022.
I am excited for this. It has everything I want from a video game. It's a samurai dynasty style game with magical girls, and they summon tanks.
Oh shit!
They summon tank parts to go and blow up shit. I go, yes, this is what I wanted from like J-Rock Shooter that I didn't get from J-Rock Shooter.
I need this in my life.
Yeah, exactly. Like I saw this, I'm like, we have to talk about this.
I need this in my life now. I need this more than the Pokemon with Guns game that was just announced on Steam.
I still don't. Isn't that just Digimon?
No, Digimon is different.
Are you sure? Because literally the most American monster character ever is in Digimon. And people
alongside your Digimon. You got.
Have you not seen Sheriff Mon? It's literally a gun with arms and a deputy hat.
Yes, I have seen Sheriff Mon. Because you talk shit about Sheriff Mon.
Yeah. He'll shoot you dead with his fingers.
You have monsters that are actually things. But I'm saying, like, no, you can give guns to your Pokemon to fight with them. And you can grab a gun and fight Pokemon yourself, or fight alongside them, or fight other trainers with guns.
That's a GTA 5 mod. That is literally a GTA 5 mod.
It might be.
No, it's not might. It is. It is literally a GTA 5 mod.
Someone should recommend to Sakura Miko that she should play next time she does a GTA 5 stream. She uses that mod.
Anyway, what we need to do here is get some Hololive characters to play this game.
Yes.
So that I can go, yes, good, excellent, good. This will now get popular, and then I will finally have what I've always wanted: a bunch of cosplayers shooting shit at cons.
This appeases my inner artillerist, and it was sent to me by a real cannon cocker.
Yeah, well, I literally went, yes, this. We need to talk about this. This is what we need to talk about.
You were right. We do need to talk about this.
It's coming out on Steam. When exactly?
2022, but it doesn't say when. So
right,
this year.
Probably in summer. Most of the games I really want to play end up happening in summer, and I'm just like, oh, why have to wait so long? And then if a game is really popular that I really want to have in summer, it'll delay itself to Christmas to fuck with me.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Tales of Azure, Tales of Zero, you sons of bitches. So angry about that. I'm like, sweet, it's coming out in July. That's my birthday month. I might be able to have a pre-order. It's been delayed to December. You motherfucker.
Motherfuckers.
How dare you? Anyway.
I need to get my stream deck set up so I can I need to set up the what's her face? How dare you, sounder?
Moving on.
Anyways, more anime related video game news. So there's a video game company that knows what we want.
Yes, Arc Systems, which has been doing.
Oh wait, it's Arc Systems.
It's Arc Systems. Yes, this is Arc Systems. They've been doing Guilty Gear for years, and Guilty Gear has done one thing over the years. They've made bigger boobs every year for the same. Like if this character comes in out next year, it's a girl. Those titties get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and that ass gets larger and larger and larger and larger.
This might get me into fighting games.
More power. They understand bigger boobs mean more power. I want to explain that to someone. They go, why do you need to have a woman with giant tits? Because it shows they have more power. They're the single most powerful person in the goddamn game.
Wait, they actually went and did a comparison. Holy shit.
Yes. This is niche gamer here. I would trust their ongoing research and development into titties.
Oh boy.
Now, what's funny is I chose the positive article for this. There's lots of negative articles about this.
There are lots of negative articles about this.
And the negative articles are getting blasted on social media. I'm watching them, and outside of like the small circle bubble, most people are like, who cares? Yes, this is what I wanted. Go away. Leave me alone.
I think they're trying to distract from the fact that Kotaku put out an article with the headline, having a president with dementia going into World War III is World War III on hard mode.
I don't want to talk about the fact that I've been playing the Leisure Suit Larry games, and I'm just like, this is really, really watered down from Leisure Suit Larry. That the stuff I enjoyed as a younger kid when I acquired them online, and then later on I bought the Leisure Suit Larry game, I think for Xbox or Xbox 360, one of those two. It was like Leisure Suit Larry Sigma Cum Loud. What do you want? It was play on words. I was like, ha, and I played it, and then that was good. And at the time, I think I was like a young teenager. I'm like, yes, this is sexy. And now as an adult, I'm like, this is hilarious. I didn't realize how many funny sexual jokes were inside of it. And this is why I am who I am as a person, because I watched Revenge of the Nerds and I got that out of it. I went, oh, sexy jokes. Got it. Okay. Titties good. Everyone else went, we should fight the jocks. I went, titties good.
Well, speaking of unfunny titty jokes, Bobby Kotick's in the news.
You know, it's funny. We just talked about Kotaku.
He allegedly wanted to buy Kotaku and PC Gamer for good PR. Claims delaying games hurt stock more than sexual harassment lawsuit.
I mean, maybe a little bit, probably.
You gotta be careful there, Bobby boy. You might get involved in a Five Guys situation.
Whoops. Now what's funny about this, and I will never stop laughing about this, is how many people defended Bobby until the very end, and then there was like, oh, you're part of his little group of whoopsie.
Oops.
Anyway, finding out about this was hilarious, and again, it's allegedly. This is one of those rumors say blah blah blah, etc. etc. And this is after Microsoft bought Blizzard, Activision Blizzard. I don't know how the hell they're going to put that, but it's one of those things where we don't have confirmation, we can't say for sure, but if true, hilarious, and something I could totally see going on, because the incestuous relationship between a lot of these game journalists and
hold on, we can't go there.
We can't go into we can't go into incest. Is this because of the Katsucon 21 Plus post that got nuked earlier today? And my entire rebuttal was just big titty Darth Vader. Luke, I am your stepmother. I am stuck in the washing machine.
That's not why.
Okay.
Was, something I alluded to a minute ago.
Okay.
Something that begins with the word G.
Right. Okay.
Anyways. But speaking of Activision Blizzard and the people who bought them, Xbox boss wants cross-platform bans for destructive conversations.
What the hell is a destructive conversation?
Isn't that the entirety of Xbox Live?
That's every Call of Duty lobby ever. Every Counter-Strike lobby. Every Battlefield lobby. Halo lobbies. Overwatch lobbies. Am I missing anything?
No.
Valorant.
Why do most people not have do not have chat up while they're playing in these lobbies? Because it's mostly comprised of the N-word repeated over and over and over again.
The gamer word is a sacred thing. We continue to devoutly espouse it as much as possible. Usually in our best big, tall, black person voice. Just because it's funny.
Or we screaming in a high-pitched voice.
The chipmunk voice changer was the game changer for my Counter-Strike lobbies.
That's actually a thing.
You don't know about voice changers? Come on.
I know they're a thing, but people actually use them in Counter-Strike.
I don't know about people. I use them to say some of the most fucked up things I could think of because I thought it was funny, and then immediately got banned off of Twitch. I was like, well, can't put that there. Mines.com. All right.
Speaking of console news, Stream Deck is finally coming out next month.
I'll believe it when I see it.
But Valve said yes, the first units will appear on February 25th.
If it's like 50 units, it still counts as it arriving. But again, believe it when I see it. I have seen PS5s. I haven't actually seen one at a store.
I know someone who owns a PlayStation 5.
So do I. I've seen them in houses. I've never seen one physically outside of that place.
I've never seen one in a store ever.
Never.
Ever.
Like, they don't exist. That's my general response is these don't actually exist. I think they're like built custom order. They just ship directly to your house.
Well, they might start appearing. There's signs of the hardware becoming more available.
I mean,
because
there is.
graphic cards prices are going down finally.
Well, I
They're
think
not at MSRP yet, but they're coming down.
that's a number of reasons why. Some of them being, well, let's be honest here. If graphic cards sit around not doing anything for too long, they become worthless.
The crypto crash is probably idling quite a few.
Well, the crypto crash is a multiple of things going on. Economies breaking down. You've got entire supply chains going down. You've got multiple forms of currency losing their value.
No! Sorry.
Multiple things. And I'm watching this, and it's funny because at the same time, multiple countries are adopting cryptocurrency. So I'm just like, And then another thing is China had a big sell-off. So this is China trying to bomb the market. I go, oh, this is cute. You're cute.
I forget which country, but one of the countries that adopted Bitcoin, they got a warning yesterday, I believe, about from the IMF saying, yeah, you need to unadopt Bitcoin to get loans. Well, I'm not sure how to feel about this.
I'm feeling pretty. That's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling pretty.
Well, you see, the IMF is a tool for American power, and I'm a proud American. But
you need more Bitcoin where you can do anything for your loans. But again, this is an ongoing thing. I will say it 100 times over. This was supposed to be a decentralized thing, and governments are beginning to go and adopt it because governments are finding it's easier to deal with this than it is to deal with, well, other governments. The petrodollar is an ongoing problem and an ongoing force in our ongoing problem of wars across the world.
But in other words, but in the meantime, you might be able to buy a graphics card for your gaming rig soon,
which is great. And don't forget, guys, end of this month, AMC should start taking Shiba.
Well, I was gonna say you can finally buy a graphics card. Medicare was right. It's the year of the Chud.
Has Medicare ever been wrong?
He's been wrong a time or two.
It happens. All right, what's next?
It was wrong about not catching cancer.
What's next?
Dark Souls servers are taken down after the discovery of a critical vulnerability.
Now, I have to ask, is this critical vulnerability the hacker things that have been going on? Or?
You can execute remote code on someone else's game and break their PC. Yes, it's that.
Okay. I was wondering. Well, this is, in fact, a critical vulnerability, which causes hardware damage to customers. So I'm actually happy about the fact that they took down the servers to go and fix this.
So they removed PvP play for Dark Souls 3, 2, and Dark Souls Remastered while they fix it.
Good.
In the meantime, you can play Dark Souls
alone. I mean, I never really understood playing Dark Souls multiplayer to begin with. I'm like, why do I want to play a game that's terribly hard and then add people who are trying to kill me? I don't know. Who thought this was a good idea? Japan thought this was a good idea.
Yeah.
And then people sit there going, you just need to get good. I go, no, I don't like griefers. I don't like being a griefer. Stop making me a griefer. It's kind of like when they put the barons next to the Night Elf area in World of Warcraft. I'm just sitting there like, come on, Night Elf. Come on, Night Elf. Rogue. Next.
So Watch Dogs Legion support ends. The developers posted a thank you note.
This is funny because Watch Dogs Legion had the shortest amount of time of support out of all the Watch Dogs games. Now when
did it come out?
I think a year ago.
That's pretty fucking short.
Yeah. Now this is also the game that no one really wanted. I'll be honest with you. Watchdog Legions. We all kind of went, "What is this? Why is there no main character?" It was literally multiple main characters at the same time, and I go, "Oh, this is explaining how a group of people with a certain set of skills work as mercenaries to do one job, and when you need help, you call on the A team." No, it's an entirely different show.
I was waiting for you to stop so I could start singing the A team theme. And you beat me to it, you bastard.
What are you talking about, fool? So this was essentially Watch Dogs the A Team, and it was not very good. No one really asked for this game. No one really wanted this game. The second game of Watch Dogs really jumped the shark. So there was nowhere to go from there. The only way to go from there was to go full on crazy out of this world, and they didn't do that. They instead made a revolution versus the man as a group thing, and I went, "This is terrible." Because there's no sense of not getting caught or staying hidden or any kind of stealth when the main character changes every couple storylines.
Yeah. When you jump the shark, the only place you can go is to go nuts. You go
Saints Row 3.
Yeah, you go Saints Row 3.
And then after Saints Row 3, you go Saints Row 4 and go, "Okay, we've gone too far."
And you hopefully don't go woke for Saints Row 5.
Fucking
or
M&Ms.
whatever it's called.
Fucking M&Ms. Moving on.
Anyway, Epic's appealing their ruling in the Apple lawsuit.
Really?
Yes, they're claiming reversible error on their Section 1 claims or Section 2 claims and the time claim.
Okay.
And saying that the district courts should have determined that Apple's contractual restrictions are unlawful, void against public policy, and unconscionable.
Okay.
I can read the suit, but it's 91 fucking pages.
I'd rather not.
But the appeal. They cite to some good case law, and they also cite to some lawsuits that have kind of not good case law, like United States versus Microsoft Corp.
Got you.
That got overturned, so it's not necessarily like that's kind of been defanged, so it's not good case law, even though it's
I got you. Just a heads up, and you personal things. You might want to check your email from KatsuCon later today. JCan, I think, just emailed us.
I don't think I have a...
Or JCI, excuse me.
Oh, I don't think I have a JCI panel.
You don't have a JCI? And I have a JCI panel?
I don't have a JCI panel.
But I do?
I have... Both my panels are educational, but they're not JCI.
How did this happen?
Is your JCI panel your Kaiju panel?
It is.
That's why. My panels are history and history. And they're not Japanese history. Well, one's Japanese naval history, but it's American history using anime.
I mean, mine's also, it's American and Japanese monster history.
It's
Kaijus, cryptids, various other things. The point is this, and I'll say it 100 times over. I don't know how I got a JCI panel about my thing about here are monsters. Here's the lore on monsters. Here's the big titty monsters that Japan made.
You only do that so you can show Coco. You only show Coco so you can show Marine.
There's also that Mysteria Friends girl with the really nice dragon tail. You know what I'm saying? You gotta like you a girl with long legs and a big dragon tail.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, that's a short skirt with that dragon tail underneath. That's it.
Anyways, so moving on from video games into
Into dragon porn? No.
no social media stuff. Well, first comics. IDW loses the Transformers and GI Joe licenses.
I have never been happier in my life.
I
I mean, okay, let me put this. IDW has had GI Joe for the longest time ever. If I look over at my shelf, I can see multiple GI Joe comics, giant omnibuses over and over, and all of them are IDW. And in the last 20 years, 15, 20 years, IDW has been shitting on GI Joe as a whole. It has been an ongoing problem of me going, why are you giving these American, very pro-American, very pro-soldier things to people who hate America and hate war and hate soldiers?
The entire brand of GI Joe is real American heroes.
It's their entire
Even though we stopped doing real American heroes, the brand is built on real American heroes. First GI Joes were Medal of Honor winners.
Yep. And I will say I have liked a lot of the various inclinations of Duke, where Duke is secretly a Cobra agent, or Duke is secretly against GI Joe because of Congress, whatever. That's fine. That's cool. That's one of those things of when tyranny comes and the mob says move, you say no, you move. That's that kind of thing. But these other things that have been coming out, these woke things, the weird Hawaiian girl thing, we're like, what the fuck is this? Where they race change everyone, they swap ethnicities, they do all these things, and I go, why in the heck?
Especially when your brand is trading on 80s nostalgia.
Yeah, like if you want to add these characters, make a new character. Go for it. The worst thing that could happen, and I'll say it out loud, they could make a new action figure, and you'll get royalties from it. It's the worst thing that could happen.
Or they could not, and well, you've told your story anyway.
Yeah. Again, I mean, that's the best thing that could happen is this character could be loved and demanded to be put in multiple things in GI Joe, and then guess what? You then have more options as a creator. You show more value as a creator. Instead, they go, Bulldozer used to be this big black guy who was very Christian, but now let's make him a Hawaiian trans chick. And I went, the fuck did you do?
Now, just to argue in arguendo,
mm-hmm.
Sometimes the change can work.
They made Snake Eyes into a Japanese man.
What the example was, I was going to go Kono in Hawaii 5-0.
Okay, that makes sense.
They changed Kono from this big Chinese dude to what's her face from Battlestar Galactica, Grace Kelly.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it worked.
But that was also a reboot.
And it was also a reboot, and it wasn't necessarily trading on nostalgia. It had to hook into. They did a reboot that was hooking into the NCIS universe.
Yes, and that was fine. I kind of enjoyed that. My problem is, and will continue to be, this is entirely based on nostalgia. The Cobra line, the whole thing. You can reboot the story, whatever, but if you go too far into the pink, we go, what did you do?
Yeah.
Why did you do this? This is based. GI Joe has a general branding of soldiers and war and fighting the bad guys. You can take all those things and make a good spy comic. You can take all those things and make a good action comic. Take all those things, do whatever. But if you start changing things around on established characters that are beloved, that have ongoing storylines, that have general personality traits, we'll go, why did you do this? I don't like this. It's kind of like when they made the Falcon into Captain America, and we all went, this is just the Falcon, red, white, and blue with a shield.
Pretty much.
Like that's all this is. You didn't change anything to make him Captain America. You just went, look, he's red, white, and blue, and he has a shield now. And when I went, okay, he still has the wings and he flies.
Yeah, he's still the Falcon.
He's still the Falcon. You didn't do anything. Anyway.
Now moving into media companies. Netflix stock is tanking.
Now, there's a number of reasons as to why Netflix's stock is tanking, and I'll say it outright for you. Everyone's tired of COVID lockdowns. So all of the COVID lockdown stocks are suddenly having a sudden drop.
You saw that with Peloton.
Amazon stock took a little dip.
Yeah, people are actually leaving the house now.
Everyone's tired of being inside.
There's also a lot more options now.
The other problem is,
and some of them are putting out better content.
I spend a lot more time watching Prime original shows than I do Netflix shows. I've been watching it's a space show and I like it, but I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head now. But it's a show on Prime. I'll remember it later. I'll scream it out in the middle of the day. I'll probably text you like, it's this show.
I've been watching mostly Prime these days, and I've been watching Prime originals. Although I did watch whatchamacallit. I did watch Invincible, and Invincible is excellent.
Well, that's also a Prime original.
Yeah, that was a Prime original, but mostly I've been watching Sharp these days.
I've been watching lots of Prime. I will eventually. I occasionally go on HBO Go to see what's available movie wise, and you know what I watch mostly on HBO Go? The DC Universe movies and the DC Universe shows outside of Teen Titans. That one's just kind of trash. Doom Patrol is great. So if you've ever wondered what Brendan Fraser looks like fucking a girl, you can watch Doom Patrol.
Oh God.
It's episode 1. Episode 1. And I'm just like, oh, Brendan Fraser, what is he doing? What?
I have HBO Go or HBO Max. I've yet to touch it. The only reason I have it is I have it packaged with Disney and ESPN Plus and Hulu.
That's a weird package.
And I've mostly been using that package to watch Caps Caves like ESPN Plus. And the Gundam Seed remasters.
I have HBO Max. I was waiting for Genlock season 2, which by the way came out, and I still haven't actually bothered.
Yeah, that's why that's one of the reasons. Like I got a package, I still haven't watched it.
I'm like, oh, this I should probably watch it, and then it never happened.
And I was like, oh, I need to catch up on that last season of Ruby, and the new season of Ruby's coming out sometime. It's like I don't care.
I like the Ruby a lot, and I'm burnt out on it. The entire show has made me upset, and I don't care anymore. And the spokespeople for Ruby have made me upset. The fandom has made me upset. I'm like, listen, I can't deal with you guys any longer. I'm done. And then you've got so I've been watching mostly Prime. I've been watching HBO Max on occasion, and what I watch on HBO Max are DC animated movies or DC content. Generally speaking, occasionally I'll put on South Park. That's it. That's Netflix. There's nothing there I really want to watch. I watch stuff on High Dive.
I'll watch anime sometimes on Netflix. But if I'm on Netflix, it's usually rewatching Longmire.
Good option. I mean, no, this isn't to say that Netflix doesn't have anything worth watching. They used to. A lot of their content lately has been lackluster. A lot of their choices and content has been less than great. No one talks about Netflix shows anymore. People talk about Disney shows, Disney Plus shows.
Yeah.
I have to watch one more person sit there and tell me how Fett is the greatest show ever. Another person tell me it's the worst show ever. I go, listen, I'm not watching Disney at all. All right, I watched Encanto in the theaters with my cousin's kids because my cousin's kids wanted to watch it. That was it. I watched Spider-Man because it was the last. I'm like, this is the last Marvel movie I am watching. This is it. I am done. There's nothing unless you put out Amazing Spider-Man 3. I'm done. Like I'm just like I am finished. The end. Thank you, Toby. Thank you, Andrew Garfield. Sorry, Tom. I'm done.
Did you notice that Tom checked into the same apartment that Toby did?
I did. I laughed.
I was like, okay.
And it's like, so he's gonna go the Tobey Maguire route. Good choice. As opposed to the. Did you also notice that when Tobey Maguire showed up, he introduced himself as Peter Parker. When Andrew Garfield showed up, he introduced himself as Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire's ending was me and MJ made it work. Andrew Garfield's thing was I got rid of Peter Parker to become Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It was two very different options, and I'm like, Tom is hopefully taking the middle route of I'm Spider-Man, I'm Peter Parker.
But he did give up everything. But now he's going to try to make it work.
Yes. That was the kind of the in between where Andrew Garfield gave up everything, but Tobey made it work. That was the in between, and that was a good overall option. Those of you who have not seen Spider-Man, I spoiled nothing for you. Fuck off.
You knew those three were going to show up in that movie.
Okay. First of all, second of all, it has been like a month. Fuck you. Third of all, if you haven't watched Spider-Man, it's been a month. If you weren't going to, or you were gonna wait until it showed up on Disney Plus, I don't really care.
Oh anyway. Boy, we've got Russian spammers in chat.
We do.
Oh.
Yeah. Hi, Russia. From Russia with love. Moving on.
Speaking of communist countries, we're probably going to get into a war with. TikTok is paying creators, but they're not happy about it.
So, those of you who don't know what TikTok is, I have nothing to say to you. Okay, TikTok is...
It's poisoning your mind!
Oh, yeah, probably. It's a bunch of general shorts. You can make a 90-second video. Yay. You can put it up online, and it's for people
Chinese agitprop!
And it's generally like I do I have a TikTok? Yes. Do I spend time on TikTok? Yes. Do I watch girls in cosplay dance on TikTok? Yes.
Well, we all do, but that gets posted everywhere else.
But that also gets posted everywhere else, and I don't really care that much. Like I'm like, okay, cool, whatever, and I kind of just move on. Like here's a like, swipe, don't care. And I used to post things on TikTok, and then I just stopped when I just kind of sat there and went, this is not good. And I didn't mean like this isn't good for one's well-being, because it wasn't that popular to begin with.
Well, it is not good for one's well-being. There's studies about that.
I sat there and I said, this isn't good back in, I want to say July, when they started talking about the TikTok Creator Fund. And I sat there and I went, that's weird. What the hell is a Creator Fund? Oh, I'm taking money from China. No. I'm not going to take money from China. There's a line there, and I saw it, and I went, I'm not going to cross it. I refuse to be some overly paid hack professor at a random freaking school getting paid by China millions of dollars so I can later be thrown in fucking prison. Looking at you, most of the collegiate layers.
Oi! The university my law school belongs to is getting rid of its Confucius Institute.
Confucius Institute, bad. I don't know why I'm not sitting like, this sounds like Chinese propaganda. This is Confucius Institute. It's not that bad.
Usually when your school shows up in campus reform, it's a very bad thing. But then that popped up, and it was like, this is the rare time where it's a good thing.
Yep. But so here's the overall issue. Mr. Beast was the one who really opened my eyes. Mr. Beast has millions of followers, 56 million followers. And he was sitting there explaining how he was looking at his overall monetary stream and values, and he was looking at what he got from YouTube, from Rumble, Locals, Patreon, and TikTok. And TikTok was one of the highest numbers of views, but the lowest number of payments. He was getting essentially $27 a day for 10 million views.
Yeah.
Now that's a lot of views. One. And two, $27 a day?
Yeah, no.
No, that's bullshit money. Now, Granted, the entire
I mean,
creator
we don't
fund.
shit on here, but
Here's my problem with the entire TikTok creator fund, is that it has zero, absolutely zero, not accountability, but you can't see anything. What the hell is that called?
opacity.
Transparency.
You're expecting transparency from the People's Republic of China?
I would like a little bit of
By
transparency.
by the People's Republic of China regime.
Listen, I don't care about where the money comes from, but tell me how make money. How make money? I don't care where money come. How make money? So I can make more money. But they don't explain that to you. They don't explain, is it views? Is it likes? Is it what is this thing that makes me money? And so a lot of TikTok's largest creators are going, I'm not making a lot of money. I don't know why. Now, sites like Instagram, Facebook of all places, even Instagram, Facebook, so Meta is paying better than TikTok in overall views. YouTube is, of course, the highest grossing payment for overall processor because they have ad content you, of course, put through. Now, that being said, if you're putting out YouTube shorts, you're making the same amount of money as you were on TikTok for some, because there's no ads.
They haven't monetized that yet.
They don't know how to monetize that. No one knows how to monetize 90 seconds of content.
That's why Vines died. Twitter couldn't figure out, it was eating their bandwidth, and Twitter couldn't figure out how to monetize it.
Yeah, no one knows how to monetize
it. AF, but no one could monetize it, so they died, which is when TikTok picked up the ball. Now, TikTok is popular because TikTok continues to thrive because it's used as PRC agitprop. Mm-hmm. There's another reason for TikTok's existence. There's another reason for YouTube's existence, which is people to sell you ads.
Are we going to talk about fifth generational warfare here? Or are we just going to say?
I brought that up in the article earlier. Yes, I did use the phrase fifth generational warfare. I'm not proud of it.
There you are. I mean, it's. Let's be honest about this. Those of us who have ever played Civilization, China's going for the cultural win. Not tech, not war, not even economics. The cultural win. All right. That is what this is. That is what TikTok is. It is an ongoing thing of, wow, this looks great. We should do this. Is it though? Is it? Now, the funny thing about TikTok not paying the creators very well and it kind of biting them in the ass is that it happened all at once because everyone started sitting down to do their taxes in America. And they all went, wait a minute. I'm making how much on TikTok? How much did I make on YouTube? Why am I making so much more on YouTube? What happened here?
I need to figure out how to get my W-2 so I can actually do my fucking taxes.
You work for the government. How do you not know how to get your W-2?
I work for a contractor, and all my accounts are canceled because I don't work for the contractor anymore.
Call your old boss quit, didn't he?
Yes. It's fun. Out of curiosity, I looked up job listings with my old company and saw my job listed, and the entire management team's jobs listed. Like, oh, this contract's getting streeted.
That means one of three things. One, everyone quit simultaneously. Two, the contract's gone. Three, and this is the most important one, everyone's so very burnt out that if anyone joined, they would immediately quit. And that's what happens at most, what the hell is that called? Nonprofits. It's why you'll watch entire nonprofit floors just gone. Even if you were doing a great job, if the demoralization spreads, fire everyone, start over. So that could mean that the higher ups or former nonprofit owners went, shit, demoralization's gone too far. Fire everyone, start over.
Well, I'm pretty sure the core team is still there. that came from the previous contractor. So,
There you are. Anyway, what is next?
oh, well, you see, there's something happening here, but what it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a podcast over there telling me I got to beware.
Oh, Neil Young, you dumb son of a bitch. This is hilarious. So those of you who have not been watching the ongoing Joe Rogan Spotify kerfuffle, where the 16 doctors and the 190 something people who are not doctors signed a thing, and then it became like there's now 1,000 people in here, and I went, oh, veterinarian, 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 veterinarian. Oh, this one makes weed. I'm like, this one makes weed. Scientologist, priest.
Master's student. It was like,
do any of you actually do anything in your actual field? No? Cool. Moving on. Anyway, so Joe Rogan had on a doctor who put out alternatives for COVID treatment. I'm not going to say anything about vaccines, anything along those lines. For the love of God, talk to your doctor about your medical needs. I cannot say that enough to everyone. Your doctor, your medical needs. So that is an ongoing thing. I will never. Which Chiron? Oh, you want that Chiron? For the love of God. All right, talk to your doctor about butt stuff. Okay, it's very important. But
yeah, I'm surprised because I know like Spotify has stood firm against its own staff, against academia, and now against music artists.
Well, here's the funny thing about Neil Young. He don't make nearly as much money as Joe Rogan's podcast.
No.
One. And
I
two.
A minute to it's like, okay, Neil Young, Buffalo Springfield, and then I realized outside of Buffalo Springfield, I had him confused with Tom Petty.
Tom Petty and Neil Young are not the same person. Sound similar.
Like, no, they're not the same person.
It's okay. Now, what's actually hilarious about this is, yes, Spotify continues to back Joe Rogan for a number of reasons. First being, it's $100 million exclusive contract.
Yeah.
Two, that contract has been paying in dividends. I listen to Joe Rogan's podcast specifically on Spotify. It's the only thing I use Spotify for at this point. I don't use it for anything else, but like sometimes I'll listen to the podcast and then I'll forget I'm on Spotify and then music will pop on.
Pretty much. Because I don't use Spotify except to occasionally listen to Joe Rogan.
That is kind of it, and that's it. That's all I really use Spotify for. When I listen to podcasts, I'm usually using Podbeam or YouTube.
I'm using YouTube or Google Podcasts or Pandora.
Yeah, like that's
already invested in Pandora when Spotify came along.
These are all places you can find
our music discovery features. I've discovered more bands through Pandora than I ever did through Spotify.
Yeah. Now, Spotify continues to go and back this. Now, Neil Young was like, hey, everyone's piling on Joe Rogan. I should jump in and do this too. And he put out a open letter to Spotify saying, listen, me or Joe Rogan, make your choice. If you can't, I don't want to be on the same platform as Joe Rogan. Spotify responded with, okay.
Well, maybe Neil Young should realize that there's battle lines being drawn and nobody's right if everybody's wrong.
Neil Young should realize that 60% of his income comes from Spotify. 60%, 60%. That is over half of your income comes from this place that you said, pick one, me or him. You dumb fuck. You don't make as much money as Joe Rogan.
You don't make as much money. They're going to pick him because he makes more money. He's why that company is still in the black.
Mm-hmm.
Against YouTube moving in on that business with YouTube Music,
which isn't, that's just something I can't explain hard enough. Now, what is absolutely funny about this is 2 days afterwards, Neil, I originally saw this on Breitbart. I'll say that outright for you. I saw this on Breitbart, and I was like, well, that's funny. And I went, I have to find a different article to use, because if we put up a Breitbart article, they're gonna scream at us and make us not be up for an entire week, and because I would like to this weekend put all of our content up on Rumble and on BitChute and everything else, because now that I have time again to work on shit and I'm not working nonstop, I can put everything up properly. But as I was saying, I saw this and I went, well, that's weird. Why would you decide to shoot yourself in the foot? Oh, because you thought everyone else was piling on Joe Rogan because you're reading news articles from people who aren't popular. You're stuck in a bubble, and your choice was terrible.
What happened to free speech, dude?
What's funny is Neil Young is I don't want to say a protest artist, but he's one of those free speech kind of artists, you know?
Those lyrics I've been quoting have been from What It's Worth, which is the protest anthem.
Yes, exactly. He's old now, so I can't really say, oh, you're a protest artist. You're old. You haven't been protesting for 60 years.
Well, lots of people who were once anti-government pro-free speech have kind of changed their minds.
Are you talking about raging on behalf of the machine?
Yeah, rage for the machine, dead Kennedys.
You mean the dead Reagans?
Dead Bushes.
Whoa, Bush is
Wait a
very much.
minute. We can't go there.
We can't go. Whoa, buddy. I don't want the FBI coming to my house.
Wait a minute. I was like, what I was thinking was like, no, let's go. I was like thinking like, no, Reagan can still be considered kind of considered punk rock now. Who's the most establishment as I can get?
Clinton?
And I was like, Clinton or Bush?
Both are pretty up there.
Yeah, but if you say dead Clintons, you will get suicided.
I will suddenly suicide myself with 7 bullets in the back of my head. Like all of those pedophiles in the Ukraine who suddenly died of suicide at the same time.
At the same time.
Sweet. Anyway, so what happened with Neil Young is it's late, so we are completely gone. Is he put out the open letter. Spotify responded with okay, and they began pulling his stuff. He immediately pulled off the letter, and he's now bitching about the fact that Spotify is removing his stuff. And I'm like,
complied.
They did what you asked for. This is what you asked for.
Yeah, this is exactly what. Why are you complaining? They did what you asked for.
This reminds me of like every single girlfriend I've ever had who's been like, me or this? Okay, this. But no, but you were supposed to pick me.
Surprise Pikachu face.
No, but you were supposed to pick me. You gave me 2 options. Well, I take it back. No. This is not how this works. You make the ultimatum. I make the decision. We follow through with that decision. If you don't like the decision, don't make the ultimatum. It's every single time everyone who's ever tried to bluff me, I've gone, okay. And? But this will happen. Probably. Let's go for it. Like, it's one of those things of, you didn't think this through. I thought it through. I don't think you did, and I think it's funnier this way. Always choose the funniest path. That's the one thing I've learned from Jack Nicholson Joker. Gun, Bob. Thanks, Bob. Bang. Why do you shoot Bob? Because it was funny.
You know, I might do that when I get asked, like, what's the funniest option to argue next time I get asked a theoretical by a professor?
I always choose the funniest option. My favorite option so far has been when someone has done like a trans thing with me, and I go, I agree. Women belong in certain places, and they should never go beyond those means, and men belong in those other places. And they go, what? I go, I'm just saying people have specific gender roles, and we should follow them. And if you go outside those gender roles, you're not that gender. Fight me.
Oh Lord.
Fight me. Fight me. Fight me. Fucking fight me. Let's go. I was brought up on the everyone is equal thing, and I also was brought up on the in the South. I have both options. I can use everything. I have every option. Oh,
and
baby.
you're also from New Jersey, so you don't give a fuck.
I'm also from New Jersey. Kill me. Please. Please kill me. Dude, I'm begging you. I'm asking you. I'm crying for help. I'm begging for help. Somebody please kill me now.
That's gonna be mean. I'm gonna be saying that tomorrow when I look outside. It's like, oh, it's -2 degrees and there's still a foot of snow on the ground.
Welcome to Ohio. It's okay.
Go back to old Virginia.
I'm still looking at places in West Virginia going, I could probably afford that house. Yeah, I'm just like, Anyway, so any thoughts on Neil Young's ongoing oopsie?
I'm just amused by it.
Listen, I cannot laugh about this enough because he literally said me or him, and Sonic went him.
I was like, wait, you're not supposed to choose that.
Him. And then he went, wait, why are you removing my stuff? You gave us an ultimatum. They
chose him because, and then they chose him because he's racist, because they're racist and he's racist.
No, you don't make me as much money as him. Fuck off. It's one of those things of we were talking earlier about how very often jobs that we leave end up falling apart. And I was pointing out how one job I left literally imploded upon itself to the point where lawsuits are being settled now.
Oh God.
Like 5 years later.
Oh God.
And people are like, why were you there for so long? Because I was the only person there keeping everyone else in line. And the minute that I left, I turned to my boss and I said, listen, these people are not your friends. They will bite you in the ass. They will turn you first chance that they got. First chance that they got, they did that. Why did that happen that way? Because some people are snakes and they go, well, I'm going to do this. And when those people do that, they get no ramifications, even if they're completely wrong. And Neil Young is one of those things. I'm going to turn my camera a little bit this way so no one doesn't see the 10 fucking Amazon boxes I got all at once today.
I was going to ask, how is my apartment cleaner than your room?
Because stuff I ordered in December all arrived today. Thank you, supply chains. Thank you, California.
Have you seen the picture of those tracks? It's just like destroyed packages everywhere.
It's just empty boxes behind me, and then
the governor of California's like, "How did this happen? You caused this.
How did this happen? You, fucking you. It's
you and the state legislature, Mr. Newsom."
It's kind of like how every single time something happens, and they're like, "How'd this happen? You." But I wanted this to happen, yeah, and it did. And this is the end result. What do you want me to tell you? Like no one sits there and thinks, what are the consequences of my actions? What could possibly go wrong by me doing this?
Now, part of that was also Union Pacific laid off a bunch of its police officers, but they laid off a bunch of their police officers because they laid off a bunch of their police officers in part because they were not allowed to do anything. They weren't allowed to do anything, so they said, oh, they can't do anything anyway. Save money.
Dumb move. Because it takes longer to go and train police officers.
Well, they weren't allowed to do anything anyway, so they said, well, they can't do their job, so they're sitting around doing nothing, and this is happening anyway. You there? Hello?
Are we back?
You're still frozen, but I hear you.
Can you see me now?
I can see you now.
Okay. That was weird. I lost all internet for a second there.
How do you? I pay for potato internet. How do I have better internet than you?
I probably have better upload and download, but the problem is, for some fucking reason around this time, my internet will suddenly just kick out and then restart itself. I don't know why.
Are you
I don't know
in
why.
military days?
No. I think they're doing something with the network, and I always get like a text message like a half hour from now going, "We've looked at an outage in your area. We have fixed it." And I went, "There's an outage every fucking day. Figure
Every
out
day.
why. Figure out why." Like
cable or fiber or what?
Fiber.
Okay. I can't do anything about fiber. Sometimes with cable, you'll go to the box and it'll be like 50 ratty connections.
No, it's
don't
fiber.
fix them.
And what were we saying? Oh, I was talking about how a lot of these people will jump on bandwagons. Neil Young jumped on a bandwagon, made a bad choice. He's paying the price, and I'm not going to sit there and feel bad for the guy. You're what, 70 years old? You're an idiot.
Something like 70,
you did not need to jump into this battle. This was not a battle you needed to jump into. I stay quiet about most of these damn things. So there's no reason for my company, to jump into any of these things. My personal opinions are my personal opinions, and will often be different than most of the other members.
Neil Young is 76 years old, so
Jesus Christ, you're 76. You should know better. Keep your head down, dumbass. I'm gonna prove that I'm one of the good people. You dumb son of a bitch. Well, you don't always get.
Advocating for censorship after you built your career on advocating against censorship.
Well, sometimes you don't always get what you want, but sometimes you get what you need.
Wrong band.
I don't care. That's my response. It's not the right band, Aaron. Don't care. Don't care. Better band.
No, it's just not Buffalo Springfield.
Better band. How about that? That shows you how much Neil Young I listen to. I don't know. I'm like Neil Young. Go. Oh, that's Tom Petty. No, that's Tom Petty. That's the Beatles. That's the Monkees. Did I ever listen to this guy ever? I'm like, oh, we're gonna lose this song. Nope. Is this song wrong song, Darren? I don't fucking know this guy. Oh, anyway. So.
Yeah, I looked at it. I looked at his discography, just like, oh, every song I like is either like one or two Buffalo Springfield songs, or it's a cover. And there are better covers of these songs.
Anyway, we are less than a month out to KatsuCon. Are you excited?
I'm excited to go home. I'm not sure I'm excited for the con.
Yeah, I'm also kind of meh for the con. I have been watching. Have you also been paying attention to like the KatsuCon regular group, not just the 21 plus group? The regular group has had a lot of photographer cancellations.
I'm paying attention to that.
I have been, just because I've got a keyword search for photographer for these groups, because sometimes I'd like to make some side money. But KatsuCon, I'm like, I don't know if I want to make side money or not. I have been told I may be the only hentai cake presenter there.
Oh boy.
So it's gonna be kind of fun trying to do my idol versus mecha argument panel by myself.
If you need a hand, and I'm not. If you need a hand, let me know.
Have you watched Darling in the Franxx?
I've watched some of it.
Macross,
I've watched Macross.
The movie with the.
Yes.
All right.
I saw that shit in theaters.
What the hell else is the fucking? Let me pull out the list. I know I'm doing girly idolish and the zombie idol one, and Plastic Memories. Plastic Memories? No, that's not right. The black and white girl, Miss Monochrome.
I haven't seen Miss Monogram.
You don't have to watch, but you don't have to watch the things I'm talking about.
Is Symphogear in that panel?
No, it's SSSS Gridman is.
I was going to say Symphogear is both Mecha and Magical Girl.
We did that.
Idol?
We did that in season 3 of this. This is now season 4 of this. We've started labeling them by season. We're like, we're gonna do this one for this year, this one for this year, and then sometimes we'll bring up older seasons just to fuck with it. So Darling in the Franxx, Macross, Blue, whatever. What the heck's the one where the idol is evil and tries to kill everyone?
That one. That was just in theaters. That was excellent.
Yeah, that one.
I forget which Macross it is, but it's excellent.
Yeah, that one. SSS Gridman and Knights and Magic, which is not a very good mecha anime, but you know.
I haven't seen the last one either. The Macross. I can't remember which one it is.
I'm surprised you didn't watch. You didn't watch Darling in the Franxx. You should listen to my review on Stealth Hispanic regarding Darling in the Franxx and how it is just a great anime about butt handles.
I've watched part of it because I like Trigger, but I always get pulled into another Trigger work whenever I try to watch it.
My problem with Darling in the Franxx is entirely the ending, because you're like, this is setting up for such a great, big, momentous ending, and you changed everything again. God damn it, Trigger!
So like Macross Plus.
Macross Plus. Okay. I'm like, is it blue?
Yeah.
I'm like, is it blue? No, it's not blue. Is it Shadow? It's not Shadow. Fuck.
Macross Plus, where they actually got to go behind the scenes in the F-22 versus F-23 competition, and they made a movie about AI. They did all this research, and used that research to make a movie about AI idols. That's Macross Plus.
I'm just saying, HoloLive is right there, and I'm waiting for the CCP's newest idol, HoloLive idol thing. Anyway,
the replacement for HoloLive CN after Coco killed it.
Yes.
Or rather, Hachima accidentally killed it, and Coco twisted the knife to save Hachima.
Yeah. You know what always annoys me? When websites block my ability to copy their fucking GIFs. I just want the GIF. I just want the gift.
Yeah, Twitter's the worst at that. All these GIFs. No, you can't use them. God damn it.
Just give me the fucking gift. Stop telling me no. You son of a bitch.
Anyways, we somehow have gone 30 minutes over.
We have. All right. So I am doing a. Is 8 p.m. a good time frame for a Friday panel?
Maybe.
I don't know. I feel like it'll probably be kind of dead because the Masquerade isn't Friday. 8 p.m. I think I'm battling against the formal, or am I right before the formal? I don't know. I do not know.
I'm up against you for that panel. Crap.
You are missing it.
I'm 7:30 to 8:30.
Well, you're missing half of it.
I can come in swinging on a chandelier.
By the time you come in, I'll probably be talking about King Kong, which is a Japanese kaiju.
Oh, I'm going against your kaiju anime. Okay.
Yeah, no. When are my times?
My times are Friday 7:30 to 8:30, and then Saturday 1:30 to 2:30.
Friday 8 to 9, Friday 9 to 10, or 10 to 11. One of those two. I have to double check. And I forget.
Which is the one you need help with?
think
Except
that one.
Power Ranger form, because I know Dickola.
Give me 1 second. I have to look for it now because it was so long ago last time I was talked. Let's see here. No, I don't.
I also need to talk to my professor because I'm going to get my leg reg class so I can make. I'm just going to leave Thursday night after class.
10 to 11 is my 18 plus panel. I won't need help for that. And my last one, 6 to 7 on Saturday, which is the one I will need help on, which is Bots and Babes Boogie Down.
Okay. Yeah, I can help you with that if you need it.
Yeah.
Just send me what I need to say and what I need to watch.
Yeah. I gave you the 4 list, and then like the 5th one, we haven't. Me and the other person usually choose the last one, which is some combination of idols and mecha or some kind of girl mecha thing. It'll probably be Strike Witches. My money is on Strike Witches.
I can talk Strike Witches.
Like my money is on Strike Witches. I
can talk Strike Witches. Trust me, I can talk Strike Witches. I might even show up in a kilt for that.
I'm not. It might also be Vivid Red, which I don't know. Which is just Strike Witches without the fucking World War II stuff. That's all it is.
Do the World War II. I know a thing or two about winning the war in pants.
See, I don't want to get you too comfortable.
Throw me a bone.
I gave you SSSS Gridman. You watch Ultraman, don't you?
Actually, I don't.
You haven't watched Ultraman the anime, also known as SSSS Everything?
That's on my list to watch. It gets lost in the sauce. I got these cases to read, man. I ain't got time for anything.
I continue, Mike. I continue,
Mike.
Mike.
Upon the anime club at my school. Like, we're watching your. I was like, I don't care, President. I know I'm swinging in here. I'm here on a chandelier in the winter, in the winter semester.
Aha!
Aha! And we're gonna watch SS Gridman.
I have done it. I have broken their stupid security, and all their gifts belong to me. Anyway, this has been the Geek-Posium. We got on a little bit of a tangent, and I got busy trying to copy titty gifs. So, remember, everyone.
That's why you were trying to break security.
Look. It is not you. You give me a WordPress theme, I will eventually break into it. Which is why 90% of these news articles, I go, I can't trust this. Why? Because I can change this.
I mean, it is stupid easy. Just bring up the developer console and you can change anything and create a screenshot.
I got bored once.
Screenshots.
I got bored once and changed an entire Vox article to just say dick fingers over and over again.
Anyways.
And then my IP was banned from Vox. And everyone have a good night.